how Megiddo would have looked about 8th century BC at the height of our favorite king Ahab. This is not how it looks on the top today. It looks more like this part. Ruins, foundations of what used to be huge stables for about 500 horses. It says in a courtyard for the horses to march around. Not one, but two palaces were placed on top of the Tel itself. And the whole Tel was surrounded back then with what we call an enclosure wall, which is a double wall structure that is basically in most cases vacant, empty, sterile in between. The reason they use double walls is to slow down an attack on the city. The ancient way of breaking through cities would be with the battle ram. A battle ram is just up to a certain length. And if you put two walls and you roll up the battle ram and you start hitting, you break the one, and the second wall is as far away as the longest battle ram, it will take a long while to clear all the rubble that was broken from the first wall and move it in, and it would buy the defender's ability to protect the city better. Now, as you can see, below the top, we did not excavate everything, but we did a little sample excavations with it. The archaeologists did a little sample excavations, and you find over there, for example, 7th, 8th century Assyrian places. But if we go city gate that is below the gate of Solomon and below the gates of Ahab, that goes back to about 1500 BC, the time when the Egyptians came and fought against the city in this area. And then if we go up to that area and lift, and this is very fascinating because when the archaeologists that came to do the excavation here had to make a choice. They know that there is this Tel, and they already know the concept of a Tel. It has many different civilizations underneath. Now you need to decide of an approach for the excavation. One approach is to examine completely every one of those layers, which will mean to shave off layer after layer, document and shave it off, and then you come back to the bottom, to the 5,000 years BC, and you're there at the ground level. But then there's nothing left of the Tel. They made a different decision, and they would treat the whole Tel as a cake. And they decided to cut a slice of the cake. This way they have a way of exploring every single of the levels, but leaving most of the Tel untouched, so it's not completely destroyed, and just unveiling and unraveling the layer that they thought would be most fascinating archaeologically, and it will give enough indication to whoever comes to see what took place there. So they chose to do this cut, the section here that is facing towards the Jezreel Valley, and they were very, very lucky for archaeologists to find what they call the holy sanctuaries. And not just that, but every level that they have dug here and shaved off one after the other, they found a temple and another temple and another temple and another temple. And of course, around all those pagan temples, there's lots of artifacts because people came and sacrificed there. There are broken vessels, there are other gifts and things that, while the destruction came, they've been missed by the looters. So they've been very happy and very successful in this excavation. But they left it, as said, at this level. This whole area is completely removed, so there is no palace there. There is no. We will see as we come up just a few of the foundations for what used to be the palace and what used to be the stables. The rest of it is just round stones that are Calculite temple and a very unique chain of development of different civilizations that leads up to the top.